Alright folks, how's it going? Welcome back to Legendary Fab. I'm gonna be a YouTuber today. As you can see, we got old blue balls on the trailer here. So I've kind of made some changes to my plans a little bit. Since I'm pie cutting the purple Jeep, I don't know what I'm gonna do for radiator situation and all that stuff. And Mishimoto got on board with that Jeep, and I hate to do this, but I'm gonna pull the Mishi radiator out of there, the heater hoses, and the radiator hoses, and get them in this thing, get it wheeling, because that way, if I don't end up using them in that, at least then I'm using them for something else. And maybe they'll work in there, and we can order another set of them for that Jeep. Today, kind of my game plan. The sun's going down a little bit, so I'm just going to do a little bit tonight. This video is going to be broken up over a couple days, just throwing little odds and ends on the engine, on the motor, getting her in place, happy, ready to go, get her running. So I'm hoping by the end of this video it's running, and then after we get her running, then we'll take it back to the shop. That's when we'll do exhaust, drive shafts, that kind of shit. As for the front end, it might be in this video, it'll probably be in the next video, depending on the weather. If it's starting to look like it might snow next week, so if it does, the engine stuff's probably gonna get put on hold pretty quick, and we're gonna go into tearing apart the purple Jeep to get, gotta think here, gotta get wheel bearings out of it, we gotta get the track bar, not the track bar, it doesn't have a track bar. Get the rough stuff, Jesus. Get the rugged ridge steering out of it. There's several other things that I need for it, or out of that need to go in here. The rear brake conversion, the front brakes, because that's all brand new pads and rotors and calipers in the front. And then the rear brake conversion to put this thing on discs all the way around. So, and if I don't get it all done, then we're just gonna end up towing them both to the shop and swap them over. Hoping that's not the case, but I need this one to run before I do that. So, and then a little update on my shop. Looking like here pretty quick, I'm gonna be pouring a 20 by 30 pad. Get that thing a little dried in that corner. I had to hang up a door. I don't know if you guys remember from the videos of me doing the shop. One of the back doors had fallen over, so I got that hung up the other day. Then I'm gonna be able to get all my hang equipment pushed to the back and kind of get my little pad area cleared off. Then we can actually get back to work on stuff, so I can get my press back in there. I've got a drill press down there that needs to go in there. My vise, bench grinder, just all the normal stuff. My welder, then we can actually like get hitting these builds pretty hard. So I know it's been kind of lacking lately, but I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. Like I said, trying to go for a video a week, and that will make that way easier because I'm not limited on weather, space, time, light. But I'm gonna get plugs, wires, cap, rotor put on this thing off the bat, and then probably gonna start digging into the purple Jeep right after that. So I bought stuff to put limb risers on this because I like limb risers. I think that's about it, folks. Gonna get this thing going. So the only thing keeping me from putting the whole motor together, including the water or the radiator, is I'm waiting for a water pump. So just waiting aimlessly for that. Don't know where else to go with that. So I will get back to you when I get back to you. Really, you're just gonna like go on my chest and my GoPro and we're gonna do some stuff. But here we go. Something tells me you're not gonna be able to see my face. Let's go up a little bit with this thing. Move over a little bit. Okay, so I know I said you're gonna be right here on the chest rig, but I don't know how to keep a GoPro alive. So Pretty much all these parts I just reordered from when I did all the motor shit to the purple Jeep. Hood's making weird noises. I think we're just gonna do one plug, one wire. Just go at it. Looks like these are even the same ones that are in here. So. Look for that real short feller. There's a short one, there's a real short one. I just thought you guys could be part of my stupidity. 6 and 7. Oh, that checks out. Turns out if you're just not a moron, you can get her figured out pretty quick. Don't need to put the coil one on. So we're just going to start at 6. And pull 6 completely off. And there's no different part of the coil or the cap like other shits. So we're going to see if it works. Put number 6 on. Get out my fancy ass spark plug socket set. Huh. It's like every vehicle I own. Things are pretty slick if you don't know anything about them. They're just gear wrench magnetic spark plug sockets with built-in extensions. Thing's burning super well. It's all nice and carboned up. Just drop that feller back down in the hole. Grab a new Bosch plug. Stab it in the hole. For living this far out of town, a lot of damn traffic that comes down this road. And I'm not going to bore you with all 6 spark plugs like this. I'm just showing you how I do it real quick. Get them all nice and snug. And basically, just boop. It's like that. But I would rather do it like this, where I set them back on this cap, then we're all happy. And we'll do 5. We'll match 5 to 5's new version. It looks just like it's that one. Set this one off to the side, coil the junk one up, stuff it in here. Get out my plug socket. Okay folks, I'm going to time lapse this of me getting it done, and then we'll come back when it's all said and done. There's oil on that one, so that's super good. Okay, I'll be right back, even though you're going to watch. Okay, folks, the wind just picked up like a son of a bitch, but new plugs, new wires, new cap, new rotor, all done in there, doing its fancy thing. You just saw it on a time lapse. That right there is why we changed everything. This thing actually had a tune-up not too long ago because plugs were still in decent shape and whatnot, but that shit's nasty, so we ain't gonna stick with it. Hopefully the water pump gets here quick so we can dress this motor, get the Mishy radiator in here, and get after. So, not that it's going to take any extra time from you, because it's all going to be in the same video. This is going to be it for today, and I will see you back tomorrow. How's it going, Tube? Back at her again. Today, if my allergies want to stop doing their thing, we are going to address this mess. Now, against my better judgment, I do have new thermostat housing, a new water pump on the way, but instead of replacing them, we're gonna just use them. So let's kind of just, apparently this is a crate motor and it doesn't have a lot of miles on it. My bull's angry, he's standing next to me mooing. Sorry, you're gonna look around with me while I look around. God, he's loud, sorry. I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket until I know this thing runs. So you're gonna watch me change the oil on it today too. And now he's rubbing his head on the purple Jeep. Hopefully you can see that. Oh, there he goes, just walking around. Okay, cool. I don't know anything about this motor. I'm going to use cheap oil, do an oil change. If it all checks out fine, then we'll put good oil in it next time I change it. But I'm in no hurry to do all that stuff because I want the damn thing to run. That being said, here's our pile of purple Jeep parts. Radiator, Mishy stuff, fan trap because this one was broken. I got a new Gates belt for it, stuff for limb risers. And I got to go dig everything else out of the Jeep. So I am going to get the fan put on, get the belt routed, get it all happy duty. I did steal the bolt for the back side of this off the purple Jeep, so we're good there. And we're going to route the belt, drop the radiator in place, get all the radiator hoses plumbed, get this thing turned purple, because that's what's going to happen to it. Plug this in because it's not plugged in, and like I said, it's missing like all the pigtails, so we need to find another wiring harness for this. But I think for the time being she's gonna work just fine, and hopefully in this video we're gonna start it, and then the next video we are gonna take it to the shop and we're gonna weld exhaust onto it. So I'll go get everything else ready and we'll jump right back into her. Be right back. Okay folks, got a battery in, it's grounded, heater hoses in, belt on. Just kind of buttoned a little bit up, put the trans dipstick in. I need to actually bolt it in. Tighten the starter and alternator wires. What else did I do? Put the block ground on. But I'm gonna get a couple more things put on here. And then I unplugged the coil and we're gonna turn it over and just see what happens when I turn it over. Obviously I don't want it to fire, I just want to hear what it sounds like when it turns over. If everything turns over good, then I'll plug in the coil and we'll get it running. So there'll be pretty much tripod footage of that because I'll be inside the cab, obviously. But I just want to hear for bad noises. I turned it over by hand, but never know what you're gonna get, so I will get her set in place and ready to crank, and then I'll chime back in and you guys are gonna switch cameras and see what happens. So little update. Okay guys, you're on the tripod, hooked up to the truck. Like I said, we're just gonna turn it over once. Well, turn it over, make sure that that's all good, and then we'll plug in the coil and see if it starts. Hopefully if it does, it doesn't explode. So As you'd expect, we're having I'm assuming a starter grounding problem. And I'm gonna assume it's this grounding wire. So it's temporarily grounded now. I knew I'd forget about that. We'll see if it cranks again. So something's unhappy. And I couldn't tell you what it is. It's got to be this wire here that I'm messing with. Gotta find my ratchet. Kind of 15. Nothing's on fire yet. So. If nothing else, we have that going for us. That's not a 15, so we'll find somewhere else to ground it. Something tells me it's not a 17. Good Lord. I'll be right back, folks. There's been a little bit of an update. My lovely Optima Red Top is dead as shit. But I'm gonna jump in here and see if it'll tell you what it just told me. Evidently, well, not really evidently, I didn't have the airbag hooked up from the sensor, so I went and dropped the one off the other Jeep, and now I feel a lot better. So I'm gonna walk down here. Take you out of here. That doesn't seem like a whole lot, but that just tells me about how my gamble went for buying this damn thing. So I'm going to put the radiator in, and I'm going to put the air intake in. And I'm also going to plug some more vacuum leaks that I'm just now finding, and we're going to get this thing to start. I'm not gonna film putting the radiator and shit in, because if you guys don't know how to put a radiator in, there's tutorials out there for that. I am like ecstatic right now that it turns over though. Now I say we get this thing to start. I'll be right back. there you have it, folks. She starts, she runs. She's smoking awful. Huh, maybe it's on fire. I really hope not. Weird. Guess we're gonna investigate some smoke now. But yeah, she starts, she runs. Not sure if she drives yet. We're gonna do some actual exhaust and whatnot in the next video. I actually don't know if I'll film the exhaust or the drive shafts, but that's not really what I'm excited about. I'm excited that it runs. Camshaft or crankshaft position sensors. I kept reading that you gotta ohm them out. You gotta ohm them out. You gotta ohm them out. So I went ahead and I bought a new one, but I ohmed out the old ones. They're only supposed to have like 150 ohms of resistance max, and they both had almost 500. One had over 500. So went and put a new one in it. Fired first crank. I didn't film it because I was a little irritated, but yeah. Blue Balls runs pretty good. It doesn't knock, needs an oil change, but I can't be upset. My gamble paid off. So make sure you head down to Yankum Ropes with the link in the description. Get yourself a rope with a discount. Head over to Patreon if you want to help support this POS build, and I'll catch you in the next one. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and do all that junk in the bottom there, and we're going to get another Jeep going on the channel. So thanks for watching.